Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be presenting a paper about clinical presentation of epidermoid cyst in post-auricular region. So epidermoid cyst is also known as sebaceous cyst. It's a benign encapsulated nodule which is filled with keratin. It usually results because of proliferation of epidermal cells, and it is usually circumscribed space of within a circumscribed space of dermis. Epidermoid cysts represent the most common cutaneous cyst. They may occur anywhere in the body, but most frequently we find them along the midline, over the face and scalp. It is rare in head and neck and exceptionally rare around the auricle. The most common age is about third and the fourth decades of life, and it is most commonly in males as compared to that of the females. Now, although these lesions are known to be benign, however, they do have shown chances of getting converted into malignant. This presentation basically aims on discussing the clinical profile, the progression, and how we would manage these cysts. And also a follow-up was taken regarding the clearance of the disease and the recurrence. So a descriptive study was conducted in patients of the age 18 to 15 years for about a period of 1 year. And the clinical records were analyzed on the basis of age, sex, clinical symptoms, and the duration of onset and progression of the symptoms, and the post-auricular site, and also if there were any associated ENT symptoms along. So the inclusion criteria was 18 to 50 years. Excluded from the study were patients above 50 years and below 18, and patients with other developmental cyst, swelling, growth, etc. And all the data was analyzed on the basis of simple statistical analysis. Patients usually presented to the OPD with a painless unilateral swelling in post-auricular region, which was insidious in onset and usually had a slow progressive nature. Now, epidermoid cysts are typically asymptomatic, and patients usually present to the OPD when the size has increased and it is causing cosmetic hindrances. But in certain cases, in neglected cases, when the cyst gets infected, it might get ulcerated, inflamed, it can cause tenderness on touch, redness, etc. Also may show foul smelling, purulent discharge. In rare cases, we've seen that the ruptured cyst can also further progress into intracranial regions. Mostly they're seen progressing towards the CP angle. So this is one of the cases that had presented to the OPD. The swelling was cystic, globular, it was non-tender on palpation, and it had a restricted mobility. The skin over the swelling was smooth, regular. It had well-defined margins without any discharge or sinuses or bleeding. Towards the right is the intraoperative finding of the same. The investigation basically, initially there are typical clinical findings. Apart from that, USG followed by FNAC, which clinches the diagnosis. Here is a histopath slide which shows the encapsulated cyst lined by stratified squamous epithelium along with keratin material at the center, which is typically suggestive of epidermoid cyst. This was a case of a 26-year-old female who presented with swelling over the right post-auricular region, and the swelling was since childhood. It has slowly progressed to this size. The FNAC was suggestive of cyst lined by keratin stratified squamous epithelium with keratin flakes, and a surgical excision was done. These are few other cases of post-auricular and auricular epidermoid cysts. So the results were observed that 6 patients were seen during the entire study, of which 4 were males and 2 were females. 4 out of 6 patients were asymptomatic and wanted to seek medical intervention for cosmetic purposes. Other 2 patients presented with mild tenderness on palpation. The diagnosis was done on basis of USG and FNAC. Histopathological studies were not suggestive of any malignant findings. A complete surgical excision of the cyst was performed, which is basically the treatment of choice in such cases. No recurrence was seen in the follow-up. Complications found were on rupture, inclusive of erythema, pain, swelling. Surgical complications consisted of bleeding, localized infection, and scar. Intralesional triamcinolone were used post-operatively to manage pain, erythema, and recurrences. In conclusion, an epidermoid cyst in postauricular region is a rare occurrence, especially in the auricular and postauricular region. It is usually benign in nature and it is limited to the subcutaneous planes. However, in rare cases, deep extensions into intracranial and intracalavarial regions have been reported. The usual presentation is asymptomatic. However, patients might present with gradually progressive, disproportionately large cyst, which may then become painful, followed by a secondary infection, and extremely rarely may progress to malignant transformations. Approximately 1% of the epidermoid cysts have been noted to transform into squamous cell carcinoma most commonly, and also in certain cases basal cell carcinoma. And hence it's imperative to create medical awareness, especially in asymptomatic conditions wherein the patients may delay to seek medical intervention. That's it. Thank you.
I request Dr. Nagre sir to hand over the certificate to Dr. Sally. Next is Dr. Amit. Is he here? No. So with this we conclude this session. I request Dr. Sanjay Manthare to felicitate our chairpersons, Dr. Vijay Kumar Kendre and Dr. Avinash Nagpure.